I'm glad my sister stole my boyfriend. He gave her an STD. I found real love while she faced an incurable disease. She is now crying in regret. My sister looked me in the eyes and suggested we swap boyfriends. I laughed. She didn't. 3 weeks later, she had my boyfriend and an incurable STD he forgot to mention. And me, I walked away with the one thing she could never steal: peace. If you've ever been betrayed by someone who was supposed to protect you, especially family, this story is going to hit hard. And if you believe karma always collects her debts, hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up, because today's revenge isn't loud, it's poetic. My sister Olivia has always needed a spotlight. You know those people who can turn a simple "how was your day" into a 45-minute keynote speech? That's her. Every family dinner became an episode of The Olivia Show. She'd flip her hair, lean forward, and dissect her career plans, her gym progress, her deep emotional growth. The rest of us were just background noise. I learned early on to shrink, smile, nod, stay quiet. So when we had dinner that night, me, Olivia, my boyfriend Luke, and her boyfriend Will, I should have known something was off. Luke barely looked up from his phone. His thumb kept scrolling like his life depended on it. I remember watching him and thinking, when did we stop talking? Across from me, Will looked bored out of his mind, stirring his drink, staring at the ceiling. Olivia, meanwhile, was glowing, almost excited. Then she said it. What if we swapped boyfriends? She laughed like it was a joke. I laughed too, because obviously it was. Except Luke didn't. He looked up, smirked. Honestly, that could be interesting. The room went silent. My stomach dropped, that heavy, sinking feeling, like missing a step in the dark. Wait, you're joking, right? I asked. Olivia leaned back in her chair, studying me. Relax, Ella. It's just a fun idea. But her eyes weren't joking. They were calculating. Over the next week, Olivia kept bringing it up, casually, like she was testing the temperature of bath water. You and Luke seem kind of bored lately. Will and I don't really connect intellectually. I just think it'd be fun to explore chemistry. She said it like we were discussing wine pairings. Then came the contract. Yes, a literal contract. She framed it as a social experiment. No cheating, full transparency, 30 days, no hard feelings after. She even printed it out. And here's the part I'm embarrassed to admit. I signed it, not because I wanted to, but because Luke squeezed my hand under the table and whispered, "It'll be harmless, trust me." Trust me. Those 2 words should come with a warning label. 3 days into the swap, Olivia came over to my apartment, alone. She didn't sit, didn't smile. She just stood there, arms crossed. I need to tell you something. My chest tightened. I've been texting Luke for a month. The room felt smaller. What? We didn't plan this randomly. I wanted him. She said it so casually, like she was admitting she borrowed my sweater. He's more aligned with me, more ambitious, more stimulating. I felt heat rise up my neck, not just anger, humiliation. You planned this? My voice sounded distant, like it belonged to someone else. She shrugged. You never really appreciated him. I do. And in that moment, I realized something. This was never about Luke. This was about winning. A week later, Olivia wasn't glowing anymore. She looked pale, shaky. Luke had confessed something. He had an STD, one he'd known about before the swap, one he conveniently forgot to disclose. I remember staring at my phone after she told me. My hands were trembling. That could have been me. That was supposed to be me. Olivia was furious. At him, at herself, but mostly at the situation. She kept saying, "He betrayed me," and I wanted to scream, "You betrayed me first," but I didn't, because something strange was happening inside me. The anger was cooling, and clarity was setting in. When Olivia came over crying, mascara streaked, voice cracking, I expected remorse, real remorse. Instead, she said, "I gave up Will for this. I sacrificed everything." Sacrificed. That word echoed in my head. Not once did she say, "I'm sorry for hurting you." Not once did she acknowledge manipulating me. Her regret wasn't about betrayal. It was about losing. That's when something inside me snapped. Not loudly, quietly, coldly. I realized my sister didn't love me. She competed with me, and I was done being her stepping stone. Here's where life gets interesting. Because while Olivia was spiraling, I reconnected with Will's best friend, Mason. We started talking after everything blew up. At first, it was just venting, shared trauma bonding. But Mason listened, like really listened. He didn't scroll on his phone mid-conversation. He didn't make everything about himself. When I told him how stupid I felt for signing that contract, he said, "You trusted the people you loved. That's not stupidity. That's integrity." I didn't realize how starved I was for kindness until that moment. We both got tested, together. The clinic smelled like antiseptic and anxiety. We held hands in that waiting room. When the nurse said we were clear, I felt something lift off my chest. A second chance. Meanwhile, Olivia wasn't as lucky. Her diagnosis was permanent, incurable, manageable, yes, but lifelong. And the irony? She had wanted Luke because she thought he was an upgrade. The final confrontation happened at our parents' house. Olivia broke down at the dinner table, crying, shaking. "I ruined my life," she sobbed. Everyone looked at me, waiting, maybe expecting me to comfort her. I didn't. I set down my fork, calm. "You didn't ruin your life because of Luke," I said quietly. "You ruined it because you treat people like trophies." Silence. Her face crumpled. For the first time in her life. She wasn't the main character. She was the cautionary tale. And I felt something unexpected. Not joy, not revenge-fueled glee, just peace. Because I didn't lose anything. She did. The real revenge wasn't her diagnosis. It wasn't watching her cry. It was this. I stopped competing. I stopped shrinking. I stopped caring about her validation. Mason and I built something steady, real. No contracts, no manipulation, just honesty. Olivia still calls sometimes, her voice softer now, smaller. But every time I hang up, I feel grounded. Because the universe didn't punish her. Her choices did. And for once, I walked away untouched. Sometimes karma doesn't need your help. Sometimes the best revenge isn't destruction. It's detachment. It's thriving where they expected you to crumble. And the people who treat life like a competition, eventually they lose to themselves. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button. And tell me in the comments, have you ever watched karma handle someone who wronged you? Don't forget to subscribe for more emotionally satisfying revenge stories. Trust me, the next one might be even wilder.